Okay, welcome everybody. We are going to be covering Business Builder today. So we'll be covering creating a website, a free website for yourself. Also your CRM, what that is going to be involved in as far as your contacts, how to set up an e-drip campaign and marketing pieces. So I wanted to just kind of get a hands up as far as is there anybody on here who has not set up their website at all? If you could just put in the chat for me, because if you're going to follow along, if you haven't set up just the basic setup of Business Builder, it's going to be asking you a couple of questions in the very beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I'm going to switch over. You can see I'm on century21online.com. If you want to follow along as I go through it, you can do that, or you can actually log on to your own account and do it that way as well. So I'm going to sign in. And now I'm in, and this is the best part here to search for anything. There's a menu over to the right-hand side that you can also utilize, but I think the easiest way is just to go into the Discover up here and just type in what you're looking for. So we are looking for Business Builder. Takes me right to it.
Karen, all I'm seeing is just your background screen and
Oh, you're not
Naghmeh.
seeing my share
Yeah, me
screen.
too.
No. And then Katie Montez and Naghmeh have not set up websites. Naghmeh, I know we haven't.
Right.
And
Okay.
yeah,
all I'm
Jen.
seeing is the background too.
Okay, that's not good. Hold on.
Like I can see your mouse move, but there's nothing other than the picture of the wine and the.
Okay, well, it's doing something different here. Let's see.
Where's my cup of wine?
Hey. Okay, that's weird. You're still not seeing it?
No.
Okay. It was really weird. It's saying that I'm sharing screen, but you're not seeing it. Okay, let me try stop sharing. Let me go back to share. Are you seeing the C21 online now?
No, just the wine and cheese background.
Okay, so I am sharing my screen if you're seeing that. So tell me if you see anything different. Are you seeing Google or anything?
Nothing.
Oh boy.
I just see your Zoom footer or header up on the top with the wine and cheese background.
Okay, this is not good. That's really weird. Saying I'm sharing. Suspend, remove. All right, well, I don't know why it's not doing it. It is.
Let's see. Liliana just said, Karen, if you have multiple screens, you may have to switch them.
Yeah, I don't have multiple screens. There's a new thing on Zoom is what I'm running into. Let me see if I click on this. Zoom will not be able to record. That's not it. There appears to be something different on. Bear with me, everyone. I'm trying to figure it out here, but for some reason it is not working. There's something different now when you go into Zoom and you go to share screen is what is popping up. Because it says new share. Oh, now I've got a different. Okay, maybe this will work. Okay, you're still saying my desktop,
Now I see your
right?
desktop, yeah, with all of your files.
Okay. Let me try. You're not seeing any change.
No.
That didn't help. Okay. All right. Shoot, I don't know what to say. I am trying to do this and it is just not allowing me to.
Do you want me to give it a try with my 16-year-old? See if I can figure it out.
Yeah, well, I hate to
She's
keep
like,
everybody sitting here while I mean, it's pretty simple. You go to screen sharing, which is what I do, and it brings this up, but it's not letting me connect to.
Savannah is saying, try opening the window now since we can see your active desktop.
Yeah, I did that. It's not. Let me try a new window. Did that work? No.
Mm-mm. And then Jen is saying, what about the view tab?
Yeah. Nope. It's weird. It's never done this before. Okay, let me stop sharing again. I'm going to start sharing again.
Okay, now I see your Google page.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything except stop and restart again. That is really weird. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yep,
Hopefully
Century
some of you
21.
have hung in there with me. I appreciate it. And so I'm just going to get back into, so now you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to Business Builder. Okay, so when you get to Business Builder, you're just going to go down a little bit further and you're going to hit Access Business Builder. It didn't log me in. Logged me out, actually. Okay, here we go. So when you go into Business Builder, the first thing it's going to take you to is your contacts page. Just automatically defaults to that. And what we're going to do first is start on a couple of things. We're going to do account first, then we're going to go to website, then we're going to go to contacts, and then we're going to go to marketing. So this is the Business Builder Business Builder site. And the first thing we want to do is go to your account. And the reason why you want to go to your account is because you want to make sure that everything is set up correctly in it. So when you go to your account, you can see all the information about yourself and you simply hit the edit button right here. And that will allow you to go in and change anything that you need to change in that section. And make sure also that your license number is in there because of course that has to be in everything. Then as you go down further, you can see where it has your bio. So you can just hit edit there and you can cut and paste your bio into that section. So what's going to happen is anything that you have in the section here, the up above with your information, contact information, and then also with your bio is going to pull into your website. So really important that you check all that and make sure it's correct. The other thing down further on this page is it says add social media. So this is where you're going to put all of your social media options because you'll see as we go through this on your website, It will place icons for any social media options that you've put in here. Also, there's a feature in the website that will allow you to post on a new listing directly to Facebook and LinkedIn. You'll see this as we go through it. So to add social media, you're simply going to hit add social media. You're going to choose one, and these are the choices that you have. And then once you choose it, you're going to type in the URL. So the URL is what's above in your browser. When you're on Facebook, you would just copy and paste that, or if you happen to know what it is, then you can go ahead and type it in freehand right there. So if it was Facebook, it's going to be https://www.facebook.com/ and then whatever you're using as your name, Karen Betancourt, or, you know, Karen for real estate, or whatever it is. So that's how you would, and then you just save it, and then it will show up right here. So you can cancel it, delete it by hitting the X, or you can edit it by using the pencil if you've made a mistake on here. So that is how you're going to be setting up your social media sites. So we have all your basic info, your bio, and your social media sites, and that's what we went to my account to find. The next thing is email settings. So email settings is just how you want your email, what you want it to say if you're sending out an email through Business Builder. So it has a very basic default. So you want to go in and add more information, such as, you know, your website, your email, whatever you want to use in there. And for the two of you that that are new, that haven't started your website, it's very simple. You just go in and set it up and agree to the terms and conditions. It'll take you to a site part that'll say put your name in. You just type in your full name and hit finish, and then you'll be fully accessible to all of this. Okay, so that is basically what we need to set up in account just to get you going. And then we're going to go to website. So when you hit website, you have two options. You can edit your website, or you can view your website. We're just going to view my website right now and take a look at it. So this is my website here, and all of these here are the different categories that people can click on and find out more information about you, or they can see what properties you have listed, what communities you cover. They can search for properties. All of that's on your webpage. And if you'll notice up here, I mentioned the icons that automatically get put in once you add your social media. This is where they show up here. And as I go down, you'll see that there is what they call widgets that are in here that show my past sales. It has my logo or my slogan on it. And then it has information about myself. So that's what that first page of your website looks like. And we're going to go through actually how to modify. You'll get a basic site set up by Business Builder, and then you can go in and modify it how you want to modify it. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to leave my website, and I'm going to go back to where it says website, and I'm going to hit edit website.
We have a question. Elizabeth would like to know, can we use our own unique URL, or do we have to use the assigned URL?
Great question. You definitely want to have your own domain name. So for instance, for me, I picked Karen Betancourt. My name was available. So my domain name that I bought from GoDaddy is www.karenbetancourt.com. I then directed that domain name to this site. So when you pull up karenbetancourt.com, this is the site that's going to come up. And I'll show you how to do that. But yes, you definitely want to, you have two free websites with Century 21. You have the Business Builder, and you also have one on Zap. So what I recommend is that you go to GoDaddy or whatever you use for domain names, buy two domain names that you want to use, and then you're going to use one for each site. You can't use the same one for both sites. Each one has to have an individual domain name. Good question. Okay, so now we're in the back end basically of the website, and over on the left, you'll see it says appearance. And if we click on appearance, the logo is already built in there, so you don't need to do anything with that. But what we want to do is we want to look at the layout, the colors, the images. And so to do that, we're going to launch the website wizard. And when we get to the website wizard, you'll see up above, it says layouts, colors and fonts, images, and review. So the first one is layout. And what it does is it gives you different types of layout. So if you look at the background and the top of it, you'll see as we switch, it changes, right? It changes how it is up at the top. It changes, this is more of a dark color. This one's a little bit lighter. So there's different looks that you can pick, whichever one you want. There's 4 of them. So I believe this is the one that I had picked. So you would just go to that one, and then down below you can either have dark text, light background, or you can have dark text, light background, or light text, dark background. So see the change in it. So I like the other one better. I'm going to go back to the dark text, light background. I think that looks more modern looking. And then from there, oops, I need to just scroll down here. I'm just going to hit next. And then what happens is it takes me to colors and fonts. And basically you can make this website like any color to go with what your branding is. The Century 21 colors are already in here, but if you know the code for the colors that you have on your branding, maybe you're using, you know, an aqua color or something like that, you can just put it in here and use those colors. But there's, you know, some nice colors. I have the light gray is what I have on the primary accent. And then I have the dark gray as the secondary accent. And then you can have a different color for the headline text color. So you can pick whatever you want in here, as well as a font style. So there's different font styles that you can pick. So it defaults, and then you can modify from there. The next part of it is the image. So there is already one image in here. You can put up to 4 images in here. If you choose more than one, then those images will rotate. I don't know how few seconds in between each one. And all you do to add an image is just go into add an image, and you can look for one on your computer if you have one on your computer. Just remember, whatever images that you do upload in here, you want to make sure that you have the right to do that. So either they're your own personal photos, you have authorization from a photographer, or you could go in and buy a stock photo from Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, one of those, and then you have the rights to be able to put it on your website. So you just simply go in there, add your pictures, and you can do up to 4. I personally like just having a static picture, just one. So that's how I've done it. But if you like the rotating, then you can do that and add as many as you want. Okay, so we're all set basically with layout. This just kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like now. This is a picture that I actually took from Adobe Stock and bought and uploaded in. And then over here, you'll see it says display location. This is where you want to put your property search. So if you look right here, mine is the bottom center. I think that's where it stands out the most because the rest of the picture is a little busy. And it's fun, you know, I can type in here whatever I want, search for your dream home now, or, you know, search properties here, whatever you want to put in. That is what the wording is in this block right here. And you can go ahead and move that to bottom right. So now it's over here. But again, I think it looks better bottom center on this particular photo. And then you would just save that. So now you have gone through and basically created the whole appearance of what your website is going to look like. The next section that we're going to go into is pages. And pages are those headlines that you saw: home, search, sell, communities. That's what all of these are here. You have the ability on Business Builder to add up to 100 pages. Now, I don't recommend that you add 100 pages. You really just want to have a nice looking professional presence on the internet. That's the purpose of the websites. You can make them really fancy, but it can also be time consuming. So keep it simple, but just keep it professional. And so if we go to the home and we hit edit page, it's going to take you again back to that page that I have on my front. See, you can see a little bit clearer here where it says search for your dream home. So if I wanted to change anything on here, this is where I could change it. But I'm going to leave that one as it is. And I'm going to go back to, let me get out of here. Oops, stay connected. Hold on. Okay, it bounced me out. Let me go back in. Okay, so I'm going back up to my website to edit site. So the next one is search. And what search is search to find homes, right? So I might want to rename this. And I think that's a great idea. And I would name this find out the value. Okay, it's limited. Find out home. Take your home value. Nope. What is your home worth? Let's see. I won't take that either. Okay, so let's put home values. So I can rename that to home values, or I could just put it back to search, whatever you want to do. But by clicking on this, I can hit rename, and I can also view the page. Okay, so the next page is sell, and that page is, I can hit edit. And that page, every page default. So they already have a default in here. This is what is on everybody's as a standard. If you want to change this, then you could go in here and you could delete the whole thing. You could retype this. You could insert whatever you wanted. So this is totally something that you can modify however you want to, or you can just leave it the way it is. The next one is communities. So communities is where you're going to list the communities that you handle, what areas you service. And if you look up here under communities served, this is the content that's under communities. So I want to go up to communities served. And I don't know why that is showing up on my computer right now. There we go. So you can see I've already inputted some communities in here. And I actually, what I've done is I have gone through and inputted all of the communities that are within the West and East County side. Fred's on the line. I do have information for the areas in the Santa Clarita area as well. So if I go ahead and just click on Agora Hills, what you'll see is that I picked Agora Hills, and then I sourced from Wikipedia, and I put that in the comments here, a basic info about Agora. And then you can also go in and click key characteristics of each area if you want. You can put in a picture if you want, which I've done in here. I've added an image. And then you can also put in SEO title and meta description. So when I do that, and I go to my website, let me just take you there for a moment. I'm going to view that website. When I click on communities, what's going to happen is it lists the ones that I have listed. And if I go down and click on Agora Hills, from that information that I just showed you that you can input, I inputted a picture, some basic information about the area. It automatically pulls up different information about the area. And then it shows more neighborhoods over here. So that is what happens when you put this information into the community served. Now, one of the things that they also recommend is that you break it down to more local areas. So let's say you were working the Moore Park area, to actually break it down to have a track within the Moore Park area. Maybe you focus on the Butter Creek Estates area of Moore Park, then you could go ahead and add that in. And I'm going to show you just how to add in a community. You go down to the bottom, you hit add community, and up above is where you are going to put a community name. So this could be a city or it could be a community. So I could put Butter Creek Estates here and then pick the area of Moore Park. Or in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll pick, what is one that I don't have in there right now? I'm going to put Warner Cent. Well, let's see. I'll put.
You should do Fairway. Do Wood Ranch, like the Fairway Homes.
Oh, okay. So Fairway Homes. There's the name of the track, and then when I go to area names, I can either draw a map of where that particular area is by clicking on Draw Map. And it's just like on MLS where you just, click and you do a diagonal or circle or whatever. Or I can pick an area name. And so I don't think they're going to show Wood Ranch in here, but they might. No. So you got to be careful. This is actually Danville. This is Wood Ranch area of Danville, California. They don't have Wood Ranch in here, and it is technically Simi Valley. So it would have to show under Simi Valley. You could
have a question. I'm so sorry. Nakme wants to know any copyright issues with cut and paste from Wikipedia or maps in this section.
That's why I sourced it. No, as long as you source it, you're okay. And I have a source. I say that it's sourced from Wikipedia. But what I would recommend for all of you, I mean, I do that just as a quick way to do it. If you're working a particular area like Fairways Homes, and I just put Wood Ranch up in here so that it would be more people would see that. Because if people are searching for Fairway Homes and Wood Ranch, this is where that search engine optimization is important, that having those keywords in there will draw up your website. But I would make it more personal on those descriptions, particularly if you're doing tracks, obviously. The Fairways Homes is located next to Wood Ranch Golf Club, and, explain, some of them have views, whatever, but focus on that, getting detailed on that particular area.
This would be a great area too, Karen, don't you think? Like for any type of farming tracks, like if you have a specific farm and you want to add that your community and then any info that you have about that area.
Yes. You can also, when it comes to something like that, you could also add a page for that community and have a page just devoted to that track. So if you're farming a couple of homes, and you could send out a postcard saying, please check out my website for the new businesses, to see information about the Butter Creek Estates track in Moore Park, and, whatever's happening, events or whatever. So, you can do all sorts of stuff with these pages because you can add pages for anything. But yes, you would definitely, if you're farming specific areas, I would definitely have pages for them. And then you would just go in and type in whatever you want to type in about it. I mean, it's kind of like Word here as far as being able to center and bold and color and everything else. It's very user friendly. And then again, the key characteristics. And you can add photos. You could go take several photos. So that is basically the communities and how you put them all together. Okay, so let me go back to. And I have all the information for these cities. So if any of you want that, I'm happy to send it to you, and you can go in and add these communities in on your own. The next one under content is partners. I'm going to stay with content for right now. If I go to partners, I can add partners in here. So, oh, it's in here twice, but so I'm going to delete one because I have Inspiro in there twice. But you could put All Valley Escrow in here. You could put My Seller Choice NHD in here. Any partners you could put, inspectors, that type of thing in here. Just remember, when it comes to inspectors and things like that, you want to offer 3 options. But you could put whoever you work with in this section so that people can, have a reference to different vendors. And then testimonials, you can add just over here, there's a plus sign. You can add a testimonial in here. So you can add as many testimonials as you want in here. And those testimonials show up on your website. So let me just go to view website. I want to show you where those are. If I go down on my page, there's one right there. So as people scroll down that page, it shows my community served, it shows my testimonials. These are the things that I'm adding in. Okay. All right, so that's what the content pages are. So now I'm going to go back up to pages. So resources is where we were talking about partners. There's 2 defaults in here. There's one for finance and there's one for careers. You can leave those in there or you can delete them. But if you go to careers, it talks about having a career in real estate. So that's a default, and it just, in mine, I modified it to put my information in there to contact me. But you can, again, add anything you want in here. So here's a couple things that you can do. If I want to have my, maybe I want to have my Meet Karen up at the top, the very first one, I can move these all around. So I can move these wherever I want, and then it's going to change the order of them at the top of my website. The other thing that I can do, if you see some of these are indented here, I can take this one and I can make it its own category, or I can put it back to being a subcategory. So you can just move these simply around wherever you want to move them around. It's as easy as that. And then each page you would just go in. So the Meet Karen page, I can go into the Meet Karen page. And if I go in there, you'll see that, oh, warning. Yes, continue without saving. You'll see that I've put in my bio. So you can put whatever you want in there because that's what's going to pop up. And that's basically just simple usage of pages in Business Builder. So you can make it as simple as you want and just use the default pages, or you can expand on it and really customize it up to 100 pages. And I think you can see it's pretty user friendly in how to do all of that.
And free.
Yeah,
It's free.
it's totally free, you guys. Doesn't cost a penny. So the only thing it's going to cost you is getting your domain name. That is. And so let's go back to that question. I'm going to go to website and I'm going to view my website. And you see up in the browser here, this URL. That is the URL that you are going to go ahead and copy. And that is the URL that you have to give to GoDaddy to direct it to your domain. And it's really easy to do that. You simply go to GoDaddy, buy your domain name. Once you buy your domain name, it will ask you if you want to direct that domain name to a website. You hit yes, and you insert that, what I just copied. And once you do that, within a matter of, getting off, saving it and getting off, it should be live. So that now they type in KarenBetancourt.com and this is where they come, as opposed to having this long URL. You don't want to put that on your marketing materials. You just want KarenBetancourt.com. So that's how you do that. Okay, so that is basically the website. I'm going to shift from there unless there are any questions on it.
No one's putting anything in the chat as of yet,
Okay.
but
Okay, so contacts, if we click on the contacts there, you'll see it'll say all contacts, create contact, manage, import, and export.
I'm sorry,
So
Karen.
if
We have
you're,
one question from
yes,
Jackie Sullivan. What is your domain through Google for URL? Jackie, can you rewrite that? I'm not understanding your question.
what did she say? What is your,
What is you shave your domain through Google for URL? Have I meant? I'm not understanding what she's saying.
yeah, if you want to unmute yourself, you could ask as well. Just let me know what pops
Oh,
up.
let's
I'm
see.
sorry. I'll verbally say it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to hurry up and get my question in.
No worries.
What if I did a Google domain, the www and then my name.com through Google?
Uh-huh.
And when I was trying to do adding the URL on to that website, I did see it only had GoDaddy and something else, but it didn't give you the option for Google URL name. Like if you purchased it through Google.
I don't use Google as far as domain names. I always go to GoDaddy. So I don't really have the answer to that. But if Google has the ability to create, you can buy a domain name from them.
Well, I did that already.
Okay, then it
Armani
would,
said to purchase one through them, and then I did. But then to link it up to our website, I didn't know how I would
okay,
go
then you
about
have to
that.
get a hold of Google because there should be either a site you can go to for their
To
domain
link
name.
it?
So
Okay.
I would Google how to set up my Google domain, how to direct my Google domain to a website.
Got it. All right.
And
Thank
that should
you.
give you your answer on Google.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. You're welcome. Okay. So contacts. So create contact would be like if I just talked to somebody, or I just met somebody, somewhere, and I got their information, I would probably want to input that person as an individual contact right now. So I would just hit create contact. If I hit create contact, then it's going to take me, I'm going to stay on the page right now. It's going to take me to setting up a contact, what their name, their address, etc., whatever information I have. Import and export, that allows you to import a whole Excel sheet. So if you, or a CSV file. So if you have your database of 200 people on an Excel sheet, you just need to convert that to a CSV file and you simply hit import contacts and you can import the whole group at one time. Conversely, you can export all of your contacts on Business Builder if you wanted to take all of your contacts out of Business Builder. So real easy steps by clicking on either one of those, either to import or export in and out of Business Builder. And then manage groups is basically creating groups. So you might have past clients, you might have family and friends. And the reason why you want to break up your contacts into groups is that you may want to just send something out to family and friends that you wouldn't want to send out to everybody. And same thing with past clients. So you have the ability when you go into your contacts to set up groups and be able to manage them. So once you set up those, let's say you import your 200 people database in there, what you can do now is you can create an e-drip campaign to those people. And the difference, just to clarify the difference, because people get confused, why do we have Business Builder? Why do we have Zap? Well, um, they both offer something unique, but they don't offer the same thing. So Zap is basically our lead router. Leads come in through that, and it has a website. It's all free. It also has a database that's all free that you can set up campaigns to email and call people directly right off of your computer. So that is how Zap is set up. What Zap does not have is Zap does not have marketing pieces within it. Business Builder does. So that's why you have two different setups. And you can sync the contacts between the two. So if you go into Business Builder and you upload all of your contacts into Business Builder, there is a way to sync the contacts that you have in Business Builder with Zap so that your contacts would be in either one. And I have a sheet on that if anyone needs it on step-by-step how to do it. But you can also, if you go to help here, you can see that there is training right here just by hitting help. And if you go to getting started or training, there are amazing videos on there and step-by-step procedures on how to do everything that we're covering right now and then some. So that is definitely someplace you want to go and just explore a little bit. Or if you get stuck on something, there's frequently asked questions. And again, short little videos that will walk you through everything. So once we have that database set up, then the next step we're going to do is go into our marketing. So when we go into our marketing center, we can see that we have the center, the whole thing, it covers everything, and then manage campaigns and manage design. So I'm going to go into marketing center. Let me leave this page. And here is the marketing center. So you can see on the left-hand side here, there are a lot of things covered in the marketing center. So there's a monthly newsletter that is already created for you. You can set up, that's something that you could set up and send out monthly to all of your clients. And they're already pre-done for you. So you can see these are ones for every single month. Here is December. And I'm going to hit personalize because what will happen is it'll personalize it to me. I want you to have an idea of what it looks like. So this is the newsletter. It has an article, what could 2021 mean for the housing market? Talks about different things affecting the market, and then why lenders use gross monthly income versus take-home pay. And then it's all branded to me, and it has a direct to my website on here as well. Now, this is all editable. So you can go in here and just click on it. And maybe I don't want this paragraph in here. I can simply delete it. Or I could add in something local to my community. Have you visited the new bakery in town? And talk about that, something like that. So these newsletters are something that you can modify however you want to modify. Let me just save that. The other thing is you can set up a campaign. So one of the things that you can do, and what I recommend, it doesn't take that long to do it, is to set up a campaign for the following year all at one time. So you don't have to think about it. Because we know in real estate, right, it's like a roller coaster. You don't have business right now, but then you get a deal and you stop reaching out to people. And then that deal closes and you're starting from square one. We don't want that. We want to stay consistent in our contacts. So one of the ways that we can do that is by setting up a drip campaign. So we can go into my campaigns and you can see there's some campaigns in here. And we can click on, oh, I have to move this down because my talking button is in the way. And up here to the right, you'll see it says add, sorry, hold on 1 second here. It says add new campaign. If I click on add new campaign, then it has campaigns already in there that if you wanted to use the template campaigns, I'm not really crazy about doing that because while there's some good ones in here, it's not something that you can do across the board to all of your clients. So what I do is create a custom campaign, which is in the left-hand corner here. And there's two different choices. There's an interval campaign and there's a date campaign. The pros and cons between the two are the date campaign limits you more. It goes out, so you pick a date that you want each email to go out every month. So maybe you want the first one to go out January 1st and you want the one in February to go out on February 14th, etc. You can set those up so that there's a specific date when your next 12-month pieces go out. However, if you add somebody into your database, it won't pick them up on the campaign. That's the positive of the interval campaign. So the interval campaign is set up by a number of days. So the best would be every 30 days, you want a new piece to go out. That way, you can add people all the time and they get automatically put in the campaign wherever you are at that point in the campaign. Does that make sense? So if I add somebody today and I've already sent out 2 of my pieces in my campaign, they won't get those, but they're going to start in now on the rotation every month of the email to people. So now if I go ahead and pick interval campaign, I am now put at this point. So custom interval, hold on one second. Okay, did it? Oh, here we go. I want to go over to add step. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to set up a 12-month campaign. So I'm going to add a step and it's going to be an email, add step. And now I have over 500 pieces that I can pick from. So I would say, you know what, it's probably, let's see what pops up if I type in New Year. Okay, so here's Happy New Year. Well, obviously, if I'm setting up a campaign right now, that's probably going to be my first piece, right? Well, it could actually be the holidays if I'm doing it now, but let's just say we're setting this up the last week of December. So I could pick any one of these for Happy New Year's, and I can personalize it. And it's going to put in all of my branding. So this is what it's going to look like. And then I can save it. Save as Happy New Year 321, save. Oh, media name already exists. Okay, we're just going to call it Happy New Year. And now my design is saved. So basically what you do is you go through and set up 12 pieces that go out every 30 days. And that will automatically go out to your clients every 30 days. You don't have to worry about it for a year. It's done. Let's see if it'll show preview. I seem to be stuck for some reason. It's frozen on me. Sorry. Okay, let me back up and see if I can get out. Okay, so for some reason it just froze on me, but that is basically what you would do. And then you would add another step and do something for February. Chris and I have actually gone through all of these and picked out some of the best ones that we liked for each month. For instance, in August, there was a camping one, and we've gone through and kind of picked out for every month what you could send out for it. So if you are interested in that, if you could just put your email in the chat box, then we'll send you that as well as the area information too. So that's basically how you set it up. It's very, very simple. The other thing that you can do in the marketing center, I'm going back in there, is you also have the ability to do print marketing in here. So you can do postcards. So there are, and I've clicked postcards here, there's 368 postcards. So maybe I want to do a postcard. Here's one that is, how much is that doggy in the window? Rent versus buy. Maybe I want to send out a postcard to people in an apartment complex. Or I pulled a list from Title of everyone who non-owner occupied. So I know the people that are living in there are renters. I can modify this and change the wording in it. So it's you know, they can all be modified. We can change colors, things like that. Or I can just leave it as is and save it. And I'm just gonna call it rent versus buy. Save. And now it saved it to my saved designs. And I can save it as a PDF. I can download it right here. And then I can go ahead and get it. I can run it off on the copy machine to a page or whatever. So I've really simply put together a postcard that I could go door dropping, not knocking with. So there's lots of pieces in here. Print marketing, if I wanted to do flyers, I just click on flyers. And there's also even home buyer and seller guides in here. But lots of flyers. They're also in different languages. Save designs. I just went and saved designs. These are flyers that I did on listings a long time ago. So the Marketing Center has tons and tons of free materials that you can go in and find and either use it to send it out via email in an e-drip campaign, or send it out individually in emails to your clients, or do print marketing with them, or set up a 12-month campaign. So lots of great tools for you right here in the marketing department. So the other last thing is listings. If I go into listings, I can go into market my listings. And I don't usually have listings, but I actually have one right now and it's not popping up. Where is it? My listings. There we go. So this is a listing that I have. It's my ex-husband's house that I just sold. I can simply, it pulls everything in from the MLS automatically for you. So all the information's already in there. And since I set up my social media on my, you know, on my account when we first started, I can hit Facebook and I can automatically right here go ahead and post something on my Facebook, right? So don't miss this great home, whatever. Or actually, I can put this. I can put sold in 2 days, multiple offers. We can help you get yours sold too. So I can now just hit post, and that's going to go on my personal Facebook feed. Or if I want to, I have a business page. So if I wanted to go on my business page, well, I have several. Here's my personal one. And then I can just hit post to Facebook, and that's going to get posted on my Facebook page.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you can do the same thing with LinkedIn right here as well.
That's really awesome.
So easy peasy. There's so many useful things on Business Builder to learn about and to use. So that's kind of an overview of everything. Does anybody have any questions that I can answer on it?
Let's see, Nakme wants to know, can we post this on Facebook or Instagram feed without some kind of business account?
Yes, you can put it on your personal page. The only thing you have to be careful of is personal Facebook pages are not meant to be for business. So you need to do about a 3-to-1 ratio of, you know, personal versus one business. If you keep it that way, you won't have a problem. If you do a personal Facebook page and you're putting only business, just listed, just sold, that type of thing, you know, Facebook, you might go to Facebook jail. Another way of doing it is to set up a business page, which I recommend having a business page as well as a personal page. And then that way you can share on your personal page from your business page, and that keeps you safe completely. So I would recommend that you have both.
I don't see any other. Oh, okay. Liliana is asking, I'm signing on with Business Builder now, and it's asking me for my billing address.
Just type in your address. So you don't get charged anything. It kind of looks like they're going to charge you something. They're not. There is a version of Business Builder called Pro, which I'm glad you brought that up. You don't need Pro. It does cost. The basic, as you can see from what we just went over, covers more than what you need. You know, the Pro is more like, I think they do leads and stuff. Market Leader is actually the company that powers Business Builder. And I think that's their way of getting additional revenue for lead programs and things like that. You don't need it. But by simply signing up right now, Liliana, you won't be charged anything. It just kind of looks like that. So just agree to the terms and it'll go through, and there's no charge. There's nothing going to happen.
I don't see anything else. Are you guys
Okay.
good? Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I did record it. I'll take off the front part that, that didn't work. So it'll be an easy reference for you. But remember that help button is there. There are some really easy tutorials on there to help you with it. You know, if you need help, reach out to your manager, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you with it. It's just such a great tool. And I just want to see everybody at the very least have your website up so you have that visibility on the internet. The more websites you have, the better. More fish and more hooks for the fish in the sea. So that's how it works. So everybody have a great week, and thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.